Welcome to the pivot trade. I know I have not been making any videos of late, and it's been almost a month now or more maybe that I have not posted regularly, and I have not been able to post analysis videos on the channel. There have been some changes on my personal front, and my schedule has not been allowing me to post regular videos, but I will definitely try from this month onwards. That is from the month of October, that I kind of post regular videos and analysis videos for all of you. I know all of you wait for these videos, and I'm really sorry that I could not post these videos regularly, but the schedule might be a little bit better from this month onwards. So let's hope that I can regularly post analysis videos as well as live trading session videos. Although I have been trying to post live trading session videos for all of you whenever possible. So I hope you are learning from those videos. Okay, now today I have taken a trade in Nifty, which I want to talk about first, and then we will analyze the price action. In fact, I'll talk about the trade and we will analyze it. So the trade in Nifty was taken very early today, and I had opened the trade right after the second candle. So I was not able to actually record the live trade today, but if you can see here, then I had written the 17,200 puts at 9:27 a.m. itself. So that was very early in the morning that I opened the trade, and it was in this very third candle that I had opened the trade, and I had written the puts at 100 rupees premium. So you can see from the order book that I had collected 100 rupees, and the reason behind that trade was that I was planning to open a trade after the R2 daily pivot here was broken. So as you can see here, this is the R1 pivot here. Okay, that's the R1 pivot, and this particular pivot here is the R2, and this is the R3, and this is the R1. Okay, and right down at the bottom here is the CPR. So you can see that it's a wide CPR, it's not a narrow CPR. But the thing was that we had an important supply zone at this point. You can see the red line going there, and the level is 17187.10. So I knew that when the 17187 level would be broken with a strong candle, we might be able to see a good movement to the upside. And we had seen yesterday that the they had kind of sold off, and we had seen some severe selling in the later part. So I knew that if the previous day high was broken in the opening itself, or if the day opened with a gap up, then it would make it very difficult for sellers to try to bring the price down again into the previous day's range, because of the simple reason that a gap up means that a lot of sellers would be trapped there. So whoever are trapped there will first want to close their positions and get out of their losing positions, and those who have been short on the market since a couple of days maybe will want to actually close their losing or winning positions in a smaller profit. They wouldn't want their profits to drain away. And so I knew that if the price action is strong enough, then there would be some strong movement to the upside today. So as you can see from this particular chart here, I had actually gone ahead and traded at this point at 9:27 a.m. I had actually traded on this particular candlestick, and I got some good 100 rupees premium there. I waited for a small correction there, and then I traded. Actually, this was the trading candle. Why was that the trading candle? Because it was a strong Marubozu candle which had broken out of the supply zone, as well as this particular R2 pivot, which is a very strong sign. And as you know, I trade on pivots and supply zone and demand zone only. So as you can see here, we can trade on this particular green candle here, and once the trade is taken, then you have to place an SL in a safe position. So this is exactly where I had kept my SL. I had given it some room and I had placed a 50-point SL, and that is a 50-point SL on the spot chart. So basically it's a smaller SL on the options chart. So it's basically around a 25-point SL on the options chart, because as you know, I had, as you can see from the order book, I had shorted this particular 17,200 put option at this point, and because I had shorted the 17,200 put, it was an at the money put at that time. So you can see that my entry point and the 17,200 put were exactly at the same place. So I shorted that put because I got good premium there, and my target was the R3 pivot. Actually, this was where my target was. So you can see here that I have traded on a 1:1.4 or 1.5 kind of a target. That was not my target initially. I had actually placed my target at the R3 pivot, but the price action did not really show me much strength today. Not that I had expected it to jet like that. No, a small correction here. I obviously did not expect that big a correction here. I expected a correction maybe to the 50% of this candle, but it actually corrected a little more. But anyway, my SL was safe here. So that is why you should place your SL a little bit deeper. So if you can see, had I placed my SL here, I immediately below that candle, I would have kind of worried if that SL would be triggered immediately, and had there been some volatility, then it probably would have taken my SL a little bit earlier also, because option prices tend to be very volatile depending on what the movement on the spot chart is. And then you can see that there was a small pullback here, and then price took support here, again went up, and then my SL was safe here. I kind of rode this entire price action, but it was not really a trend. It kept going sideways. Eventually, as you can see, I had to close the trade, and I was actually planning to hold the trade only up to day end, but I could not hold it any more after 3:05 p.m. Actually, 3 p.m. was the time when I had to close it, because I had to leave to go somewhere. But anyway, I still held the trade till 3:05 p.m. I thought I might get some better premiums, but then I could not get it, and so I had to close it. And so the thing is that the market here was uh, giving good signals. All these pullbacks, they were all bought into. All this selling was absorbed. You can see that after this selling, you can see that there is immediate movement to the upside. So every time there was some movement here like this, then this is selling like this, it was immediately absorbed by buyers, and that was what gave me confidence to stay in the trade. And anyway, I was waiting for this kind of a move, because I knew that once this PDH was broken, then a lot of the short traders will want to cover their positions very quickly. And the reason why I could stay with the trade was because my SL was safe here. So that is why I always keep saying to you that your SL should have some room, and it should be placed in a very particular space. Okay, it should be spaced down from where you trade, or either upside. I mean, if you're going to the upside, or if you're going to the downside, then it should be in a particular safe location where you don't, or you aren't worried about the SL being taken due to volatility. So not much to be explained as far as price action goes here. We could see that the price actually kept going in a very tight range here for a long time. So if you see this particular time frame here, even after price went up to this area, you can see that it kept going sideways after that. So no real upward movement today, but we could see that every time there was some selling, it was being bought into by the buyers. So the dips were being bought into, and that was what uh, gives us the confidence to hold on to the trades whenever you take them. And anyway, you should always follow a rule that whenever you take a trade, you should hold on to the trade and not let the trade slip away from you. You should just keep riding the trend, because it is very important, and I keep saying it all the time, that it is very important to hold the trade no matter how long it takes, because the market may go in your direction, it may not go in your direction. If whenever it doesn't go in your direction, just take your SL and get out of the market. Whenever it doesn't take your SL, and if it doesn't even go to your target, it is your job to stay till the end on that particular trade. Okay, so now given this price action, we want to delete this particular zone here, or this supply zone here. Now it is of no more importance. We have an important support level here, which is the Virgin CPR. So we want to mark that area now as far as tomorrow's price action goes. So we'll just mark this area and just change the shading of that particular zone there. And so that's the Virgin CPR. Now tomorrow you'll have to be very careful if the price actually opens gap down, but I am not very certain of it. I'm not sure if the price will gap down so much tomorrow, but we'll see what happens tomorrow. It is important to understand that tomorrow again we don't have a very narrow CPR. What is it, the CPR like? It's around less than 50 points, so it's not very wide, neither very narrow. Although it was a gap up opening, but it was taking support at the previous day high, so we don't have a gap today. So that's it for Nifty. Let's head over to Bank Nifty now. Let's see what Bank Nifty did today. It was a very identical price action to Nifty. You can see how identical they move. Even Bank Nifty has taken support at the previous day high, shot up here, but then for the entire session kept going sideways. No real particular movement in Bank Nifty either, kept trading within two ranges here. So again, Bank Nifty also traded within the R2 and the R3. We don't have any particular dip back to the day's low. We don't have any particular breakouts per se, but yes, Bank Nifty did break out of one supply zone, but otherwise there was no real change in price action. Now if you see here, Bank Nifty had broken out of the previous day high, which was a supply zone. So this price action was seen here in the very first candle itself, and it went up with a very strong candle. In fact, if you see here, after the open, Bank Nifty actually went up 300 points in the very first 10 minutes itself. Then from that moment on, from here, from this particular low, that is from the R2 pivot to the R3 pivot, Bank Nifty went only 250 points. And if you were to see from this particular close, Bank Nifty after that traveled only 120 points. So really it was a very sideways price action in Bank Nifty, except for the gap up and then the first two candles. Alright, so that was the explanation of price action here. Usually when you see such kind of price action, there's not much to explain except for the fact that the price action has gone sideways, and we don't have any important demand zone to mark here. This is not an important demand zone, but we do have an important support now down here, just like in Nifty. So we can mark this particular support, the virgin CPR coming from today's price action. And when I say gaps, I mean that there should be a gap between the previous day high and the day low. So if the day low is here, then this is not a gap. Okay, so if you consider this closing and this opening, then yes, it is a gap, but that is not what I consider to be a gap. I consider it to be a gap when there is a proper difference between the previous day high and the opening of today, or the previous day low and the opening of today's price action. Alright guys, so I hope you have understood this analysis of today, and if you've liked it, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I post a new video. I actually happened to make this video because I wanted you to understand why I took the trade today, and I could not actually record in the live market, so I decided that I'll plan a post-market session, and I hope I will be able to record live videos regularly, or at least post analysis videos, post-market analysis videos regularly. Thank you for watching guys. I'll see you in the next one.